the players of the league. So, would you, exactly. So, would you rather have it over easy with eggs, or would you like moon?
Good point.
Sunny side up or over easy with the mooning? Which one would you rather have?
Well, I'm not a fan of. I think, as great as sports is, should be a canal between players and fans and throwing stuff and being aggressive and insulting, and I think you got to be very careful about it.
It's a rivalry. We at Sports Nation, were the eggs funny or stupid? I say funny.
Oh, wow.
It would have been funny if they threw peaches because it was Georgia.
Oh, peaches.
Be creative. Next up, fight night. Chris Humphries in the middle of the big fight last night in Boston. And after the game, we can't call it a big fight. It was a little skirmish. And after the game, Chris tweeted, "Anyone know where I can get a quick tetanus shot in Boston?" Picture of his scratches on Twitter, Lomas. Lomas, you got a problem with that?
Yes, I have a problem with that. You can, Colin, that's the problem with the NBA right there. These guys are soft.
Ooh.
These guys, they don't care about the game. They care about all the little antics that surround the game. Now, who in the world called that a fight last night? You talking about that pushing match, that shoving match that went on? They don't fight. And now, if Chris Humphrey was in the locker room, NFL locker room, he wouldn't be allowed back in the, especially when you got guys that got ACL repairs, shoulder repairs. Are you kidding me, Colin? A scratch?
Well, the NFL is its own animal. Okay, we can't compare the NFL maybe to hockey a little bit. My thing is, I have this theory on Twitter. Okay, it's your Twitter account.
Right.
Right? So I am anti-Twitter police. Like the worst guy on Twitter is, hey, you did this on your... Unfollow me. It's my Twitter account. Is there anything worse than guy on Twitter who wants to tell everybody, hey, you can do this with your account, and don't follow me?
But was he looking for sympathy? What was the point of doing something like that? I mean, I get worse scratches when I go play with the fellas after work in the Catholic school gym.
Some guys use it as a branding tool. Some guys use it as a comedic tool and information. You can do whatever you want with your Twitter account.
It is.
It's a comedic tool.
Problem with Chris Humphrey tweeting? No problem. You know, that fight was short, irrelevant, and a waste of time.
Thank you.
His marriage to Kim Kardashian.
Stop calling that a fight.
Next up, Matthew's move. You hear about this? The Honey Badger.
Oh, yeah.
He's going to the NFL. At least he's making himself available for the NFL. Tyran Mathieu, who was suspended for the season at LSU, announced today that he'll enter the NFL draft. Colin, you're an NFL team. Would you use a high draft pick on Mathieu?
No, but he'll end up with the New England Patriots. Trust me. Okay, first of all, if you talk to NFL scouts, and I actually did about a year ago, he's a tweener.
Okay.
He's not a lockdown corner.
Right.
Not big enough for a linebacker.
Safety.
Could be maybe a safety, but they don't. What he is, his instincts are off the charts.
Right.
And he's super, super athletic. What team in this league finds a place for guys to fit? Last year, New England drafted a special teams player from Ohio State who now is one of their leading special team guys. He's a great situational player, instinctively remarkable. They say he's the best LSU instinct player ever. He doesn't really fit ideally, but NFL football is becoming more situational. Goal lines, great hands, special teams. He's Tebow, except I think elevated talent above that.
Yeah, now, I wouldn't spend a high draft pick on him. I agree 100% with you. I couldn't think of giving him that guaranteed money with some of the decisions he's made. But I look at him, Colin, more of a special teams, like you said, but more of a nickel or a dime guy. Because you're right. He's not a pure cover guy. He'd probably be better in a zone scheme. But I think he could probably cover either your third or your slot receiver.
Remember, Wes Welker, outside the hash marks, doesn't play in the league.
That's right.
Victor, some guys are good. Wes Welker inside the slot, best guy in the league.
Sports Nation says they would not draft him. Third, fourth round. You want him in the locker room with a keep to lead?
He'll be fine.
He kind of spoke.
That's a good story.
Next up, horrible Harden. Last night, James Harden made his return to OKC. Didn't go so well. Harden was just 3 for 16 from the floor as the Rockets got beat down. Colin, did last night's performance prove that Harden is an elite player?
Well, it didn't take last night, but he is not an elite player. Listen, the NBA's got about 12 A players.
Okay, all right.
You know who they are. The NBA's got 40 B players. Harden's one of them.
Okay.
Andre Iguodala, Danny Granger, really nice players.
Okay.
Blake Griffin, I think, is a B. And then the NBA's got a bunch of C guys.
Okay.
The difference between A and B guys have A nights. But the difference between the B and the A,
That's right.
double-teamed, have the flu, like Kobe 2 nights ago, playoff game, LeBron goes back to Cleveland, you have not a good game, a great game. In crisis, on crisis, B's erode, A's elevate.
Yeah, he's not an elite player. I agree 100% with that. But I think the thing about it, Oklahoma City, you could see from the start of that game, they wanted to take him out that game. They weren't going to let him get started. They weren't going to see no three, no penetration to the hole. None of that wasn't going on. And they made a concerted effort to stop him last night. I don't think he's as bad as he played last night, but you're right. He's not an elite player.
Yeah, there really isn't. There's not many, you know, LeBron, Kobe, Chris Paul.
KD.
You know, there's not many A players in this league.
All right.
He's closer to Rudy Gay, who I would call a B-plus player.
No, you've convinced me. The last night's performance proved James Harden is an elite player. Didn't prove it. Not last night's game, but we're saying he's not an elite player yet. He can become. Can you do that move?
Oh, right there.
There it is.
I got him.
Time to get weird. He's
serving me a glass of wine and going to the rack. I can't figure that out. But
Jordan as the blonde man. You know, he's got this YouTube show that he does, and he's got these pranks on there, and he's acting like a blonde. That's the tallest blonde man I've ever seen. I don't know if that's nice or not, though.
He's acting as though he's blind. Okay.
Yeah. Where did he get this stick from?
I would open my eyes.
You would open your eyes?
Cheated.
I'm pretty sure he's got his eyes open. He's acting like he's in Hollywood. He's acting. That's what he does. Georgia State basketball. Check out this game-winning shot. Half court. Time expires. My niece Elena goes to Georgia State. She's proud.
Where's it at? Well, where's it at?
It's in Atlanta.
Yeah.
It's in Atlanta.
Oh, it's in Atlanta.
Downtown Atlanta, the ATL. I'll take you to the ATL. There are a couple spots we'll go to
Georgia
in the ATL.
Tech's in the ATL.
Georgia Tech's in the ATL and Georgia State.
We'll give him some chicken and waffles down there.
Oh, we're going to go somewhere else as well.
That.
What happens next in this race? A, the camera guy gets trampled. B, fan runs onto the course. Or C, runner trips and causes a pileup. What do you think, Colin?
C.
C. I'm going with the camera guy getting trampled. A. Come on, we like to see the camera guy get trouble. Foul up.
Wow.
Do they get to start over? They get to start over? Wide open.
Wow.
Are they running backwards now? Shout out for Big Lomas Brown. This kick. What are the chances he has a repeat of his bad behavior on Sunday? We'll discuss that in 3 minutes, Colin.
SportsNation.